Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we'll be talking about the Ford Crown Victoria and what it is like to daily drive a Ford Crown Victoria. So maybe you're in the market of, shopping around looking for a Crown Victoria, or maybe you have one and it's been parked for a while and you want to know what would it take to make it a little easier for you to daily drive the car. So we'll go over some of the pros and some of the cons and maybe some of the ways you can improve, uh, you know, enjoying driving the car every day. All right, so let's dive into it. So, of course, these are some large vehicles. They are large sedans, and nowadays they really don't make cars that large anymore. So, that's something to keep in mind. They got a lot of little smaller cars these days, but the Crown Victoria is a large car, large sedan, has a V8, right, which makes it fun to drive, and it also has some drawbacks as well, especially if you drive, if you have something newer you're driving, or you're trying to compare it to a newer vehicle. So let's start with the interior of the vehicle, right? So of course, in the Crown Victoria, if you get one, you can get one with the remote to it. We can unlock the door. That's going to be about it. Other than that, you're going to have a key, maybe a remote, and that's how you access the car. Most of them are not going to have a remote because a lot of them are used on the police force or for taxis or whatever other service they were used for. So you at least have a key, right? So you hop in. No, you don't have a push to start. You don't have a auto start feature. None of that stuff. You're just gonna have the good old key that you put in the ignition, and you start the car up. All right. All right. So you got the car started up. No, you don't have a dashboard where you have like a lot of electronic devices or tablets or anything like that. You have a good old analog gauges. Miles per, I'm sorry, miles per hour. You got your fuel gauge, your oil gauge, temperature gauge, and that's about it. Move over to the radio. Yes, you have the most basic radio that has probably ever been made. That's the way it is with the Crown Victoria. But now, even though you don't have all those newer features, you can always upgrade. So you can always take the radio out, upgrade it to a more modern one. The cluster itself, I mean, it's made to be reliable, made to keep working, and you really don't have to have the screen, the digital kind. So it's not a big deal. You can still drive where you're going. Now, some Crown Vics and Mercuries do come with a digital cluster, but most of them just have the regular. A big plus about the Crown Vic interior is you have plenty of space. Plenty of space. So you actually, some of the Crown Victorias, you can lift the center armrest up, and a third person can sit there if they're on the smaller side. So you can actually have a total of 6 people in the vehicle, depending on which setup you have on the interior. So that's a plus, right? Your backseat passengers, they will have plenty of space because the car has plenty of space. So that is on the plus side. Now you're driving this car to work or to school or wherever you're going to commute, right? So what is it like driving on the road? Well, you have power because you have the V8, right? The handling of the car, I mean, it's a large car, so expect it to somewhat ride like a truck because it's a huge car. So you have the power to, get out there in traffic, all that good stuff. But now, if you taking, can you handle the curves and all that stuff like a, sports car? No, but it will get the job done. Okay, well, surely the Crown Victoria is good on gas, not so fast, right? So the car typically gets somewhere around 14 to 15 miles per gallon. So that's going to be about where you're going to sit when it comes to the fuel economy with the Crown Victoria. Now, depending on how you drive, you might get less, could possibly get a little bit more, but that's what you get with the Ford Crown Victoria. I think for me, it takes about $50 to fill it up, and then go from there. Okay, so what about parking, right? I'm going to go ahead and be honest. Parking going to be about the same as driving a truck. You're going to have to find a parking spot that the car can fit. Till this day, I still have to get out and check, am I far back enough to where the front of the car is not sticking out or the back of the car not sticking out? So that's, like I said, it's a large car. Okay, so what about driving on the highway? If you do long drives, I would definitely get a car like an 8 or a 9 out of 10 when it comes to long road trips or long drives because it does have the comfort. So you have the plenty of space. The seats are comfortable. Some people say it's like driving a couch down the highway. So you do have plenty of comfort in the car. You're gonna be relaxed. You're gonna be able to stretch your legs out. If you got passengers, they're gonna be, have enough space back there where they're comfortable. You don't have to keep doing a lot of stopping or, nobody's back there getting cramped up. Can you do any towing with the vehicle. You can do light towing with the vehicle if you have like a little small trailer with the lawnmower or something that's super small. You can put a hitch on the back and do some towing with the vehicle because it does have a frame like a truck. Got a big motor, so you can do very light towing. I have seen a few Crown Vics doing towing. I have seen one where a guy had his trailer with the lawnmower in the back, and perfectly fine, driving right along. So you can do light towing if maybe you got like an ATV, something like that. You can hook it up, and you'll be okay. I think this is going to be a big one, the performance wise. A lot of people wonder about the performance on the Crown Victoria. Like I said, you have a V8. You have power, over 200 horsepower, which, depending on what you compare it to, it may not be a lot, but it's actually put down very well. So performance-wise, the car does good. Now, some of the drawbacks, you do have they are slow shifting, so they're not as quick shifting as, modern cars, so that's one of the drawbacks. So, you have, a good amount of power. The transmission itself doesn't shift the power out as quick as it should, let's put it like that. But performance is good. Reliability is a big one on these vehicles. They will last if you take care of them. If you change the oil, they will last. That's why you see so many still on the road, and some of them look like they're falling apart, but they're still driving because the reliability of the vehicle is there. If you want a reliable vehicle, the Crown Vic, the Grand Marquis, those are the ones you want to go after. I have seen many of them in the junkyard with 280,000 miles, 340,000 miles. Like, if you see one in the junkyard, it's probably around 300,000 miles before it got there. That being said, you can daily drive the vehicle and not have to worry about maintenance as much. And if you do have to take it to the shop, it's fairly simple to fix the cars. Everything is right there. You can open the hood. You got plenty of space to work on everything. Not like it's smashed in there. You don't have any space. So any knowledgeable mechanic can easily go in there, and it won't take any time to repair if there are repairs that's needed because everything is right there. It's open, and it's basically a pretty simple setup. One of the big pros with these cars is that you can actually work on the cars yourself because it's fairly simple. You can do your own brakes, you can change your own oil, you can do your own tune-up, you can put your own belt on there. A lot of it you can do yourself. If you made it this far in the video, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, or even leave a comment down below, or do all three. I really appreciate it. The channel will really appreciate it as well. Another one, let's talk about safety. Driving on the road, we know is not the safest thing you can do. But when you have a large vehicle like the Crown Victoria or the Mercury, you can feel a little bit more at ease because they are large cars. So, you got a lot more cushion, so to say, right? So you can feel a little bit safer driving these cars because they are a little bit tougher and they give you that more room versus a smaller car. You don't really have a lot of space. So if somebody was to bump you, they're really going to bump you. So overall, these cars are good daily drivers. Another thing with these cars is you can do a lot of upgrades. There are a lot of upgrades. So if there's something missing, like you want a better entertainment, you want better sound system in the car, there's thousands of things you can do to upgrade that. Thousands of radios, speakers, whatever you want to do, you can upgrade that. If you don't like the interior, well, the interior has plenty of space. You can always, do seat covers or whatever you please. So you can always customize it to your liking. If you're looking for auto start, maybe you live in an area where it gets super cold, you need to have auto start to start the car up in the morning. You can always have that feature added to the vehicle, and that'll help you on that end. Performance wise, you can do some upgrades to the engine. You can, put an aftermarket air filter on there. You can, supercharge it if you want to. You really can do a lot of upgrades to the engine. You can also, the transmission, do a shift kit if you want to have it shift out quicker and faster. So don't be discouraged with the Crown Vic if there were some things you didn't like about it as a daily driver, because you can always do those upgrades. And another cool thing about it, if you customize a car, you can customize it to your liking, right? So that's one cool thing about it. Thank you for tuning in. I will be making more videos about the Crown Victoria, and I will catch you on the next one.